back again for round 3, and this seems great. We got a little curve, we got our staff, so let's keep it. This should be fun. Soulmender into wall. Not really sure where we're going after that. Depending on what happens, like on what our opponent does, I may be tempted to play the staff first, just to get max value off of it. Wow. I wonder if our opponent accidentally F6 through their turn. Or if they just kept a one-lander. I guess... Nope. All right. Well, in that case, it's staff time. I sense an incoming scoop if our opponent doesn't. Okay, there we go. Second land, second color. Doesn't have to discard, which is good for them. Voracious Worm. Enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters, where X is the amount of life you've gained this turn, which for in his case is none, so that is a bear. Which is fine. We can deal with bears. Steel Form Sliver, and pass the turn. We can block that guy all day long, and if he gets to be a problem, we can flare them. Lay of the Land. Search your library for a basic land, reveal that card, and put it into your hand. And then shuffle your library, so I'm expecting to go looking for another... Expecting them to go looking for another mountain or another forest. And then play it. Or possibly a splash color, but we'll find out momentarily in the revealed zone. It's like the Twilight Zone, but different. Forest. And snap played. And that looks like that's the turn. So this would be a really good time to get the Angelic Accord down. Start gaining some life. Another Plains will do, I suppose. Well, the wall can still block the worm all day long, so I'm going to swing in with the sliver. And if he blocks and pumps or something, I can get him with the Celestial Flare. Okay, if he's just jumping, that's fine. Giant Growth. All right. I shall happily 2-for-1 you, sir. With a little added life gain value. The saddest Giant Growth. The one with no target. I think I forgot to gain life off Soulmender at the end of his last turn, which was a mistake on my part. Canyon Minotaur. Still can't get past the Angelic Wall, so I'm happy about that. Of course, I can't attack through it, but that's fine. I've got ways to do that. I've got Divine Favor, I've got Blessing, Charging Griffin to fly over top. I'll play out one more Plains, but then I think if I draw any more land, I will be sandbagging it, just to keep maximum amount of life gain in hand for possible Accord tricks. If he attacks here, I might be tempted just to let it through. Something noisy outside. Oh, goodness. The neighbor's dog is freaking out. Marauding Maulhorn. All right, that guy will be a little annoying to deal with. 5/3 must attack. Well, that's kind of funny. All right, well, now we're in a really good position if we ever do draw the Angelic Accord. I'm just going to swing in with the Charging Griffin here. I'm still going to sandbag this Plains, though. I'm fine to take 5 off the Maulhorn this turn. I'm not super worried about it. Not with the amount of life gain I have. Alright, so he probably has a pump for the Minotaur. But if he does, he does. Happy to let it on through. Oh, maybe not a pump, but maybe a post-combat ping. Oh, and he does have the Advocate. Interesting. Alright, so that Maulhorn's going to start. And the Brindleboar. So the Maulhorn is going to start getting out of hand. Hope I can start racing it. Well, the Solemn Offering has no target. This is going to start getting a little bit worrisome, but I'm not super concerned right now. I think I'll take another full hit from the Maulhorn. And then maybe I'll have to try and chump or multi-block it, but I'm suspecting my opponent is running some number of enchantments. Now the Maulhorn no longer has to attack, but it's probably going to. Okay, well, if I don't think he has a trick if he's not attacking with these guys. So that's fine. I think I'm still winning the race now, especially with these staves in play. Something like Trollhide here, or okay, Pitchburn Devils is a little worrisome as well. Ooh, Mutavault, wow. Why are you activating Mutavault? Oh, because it's a beast. Interesting. I wonder if it retains that +1/+1 counter. That's pretty interesting. I never would have thought of that. It totally does. Well, so now the question is, do we want to... So Divine Favor means the wall will be a 1/7 and can actually block the Maulhorn next turn. If I put it on the wall. If I put it on the Griffin, it's only dealing 1 extra damage. If I put it on the Sliver, it's then a 3/6 and can block and kill the Canyon Minotaur or the Mutavault. I'm also gaining 5 life from this, so I think I'll put it on the Steel Form Sliver because that holds back more of his things, and then I take another beat off the Maulhorn, and I'm pretty okay with it. Guess I should have done that post-combat, but that's fine. I can keep beating him with the Griffin this way. So that basically holds off all of his attacks except the Maulhorn, which I'm still pretty happy to keep taking my licks from. I mean, he's got a lot of creatures at this point, but that's fine. If I do get an Angelic Accord, I'm able to just get an angel that turn, the turn I play it. All right, beginning combat. He's not coming in with the Mutavault, of course. Yeah, I don't especially want to block the Pitchburn Devils because he can just kill the Charging Griffin, and that's all my aggro. So maybe that was a poor choice. Well, if I double block the Maulhorn, he can only kill my Soulmender or my Steelform Sliver. Probably the Steelform Sliver, I'd say. That makes the most sense. But at least it gets the Maulhorn out of the way, and the wall still holds back all his other guys. Maybe that's not the best play, but I think I'm going to try it. I don't really want him to... Like, right now I'm winning in 3 turns with the Charging Griffin, so I don't really want him to... So as long as he doesn't have more pump here, which he doesn't, that gets the Maulhorn out of the way. And I'm still gaining plenty of life. All right, he's making that Mutavault bigger and bigger. Another Plains. Just go ahead and randomly gain 2 life there. Well, I'll say this. The so-called Lucky Charms, the previous iteration of a spell kind of like this, which were the whenever a creature casts a spell of a certain color, whenever a player casts a spell of a certain color, you may gain 1 life, or you gain 1 life. They were not amazing. The spell or land makes these much better. And I tell you, in multiples, it's pretty good. Is he just going full tilt? Yeah, that makes the most sense. So I'm going to block 3 of this, and then I'm taking 4, 7, 9, 11. Well, I'm taking a lot, but he's still dead in a couple turns, so... All right. I guess I'll block this guy. I'm still gaining plenty of life. So, taking 11 sucks, but when you're at 27 and your opponent's at 6, you can afford to do things like that. Now, if he has Enrage or Enlarge to play next turn, then we're in a little bit more trouble. But we'll still have our wall to mitigate a bunch of that damage. Down on 16, go to 17 off Soulmender, 19 off playing this Plains, even more if he presents a target for Solemn Offering. Though I feel like he probably would have done that before combat. Dawnstrike Paladin's a pretty good blocker too. Gain a couple life off that. I do want to have Solemn Offering online, so I'm going to play this Plains just in case he gets a... I don't know, there's a lot of unfortunate enchantments running around here, so that helps me. I'm back up at 21 now. I've got a 2/4 blocker, which is a big problem for him. Now he can still sacrifice his Brindleboar, so it's going to be another turn or 2 before I'm able to kill him, but I'm feeling pretty alright. The Dawnstrike Paladin's really good at blocking things like the Pitchburn Devils because it's not going to kill them. He's just jamming right to combat, didn't activate Mutavault, and scooped. I wonder if he forgot about the Brindleboar. That would have given him another turn. Oromancer to get back Divine Favor. There's the other Solemn Offering. Oh, well, we were definitely a ways away from the Accord. It's tempting to go down to 16 land, but I'm not entirely sure what I would bring in. And I mean, maybe Door of Destiny is naming human. I've got I've got a couple. Actually, I guess that's all the humans, I guess. But I think I'm okay, because we want to be able to do things in the same turn that we cast the Angelic Accord, so happy with that. And we're gaining life. We're winning games by gaining so much life. I am not keeping track of how much life I'm gaining, but if someone else is, then that's fantastic. And I would love to know. Back again, our opponent is deciding whether to play or draw. The Mauling Maulhorn and Advocate of the Beast is a good combo. Well, this isn't thrilling, but you know I'm going to keep this. I got a blocker down early. Blocks a lot of his guys, not a lot of his bigger guys. Uh-oh. Now who's in slivers? Hopefully I get some earlier plays. A 2-drop would be nice. A Sentinel Sliver would be pretty great. Get the Sentinel Steel Form combo going. I didn't even get to use Angelic Accord last game, which was a real shame because I was really set up for it. Now, I'm sure there are people who would say that main decking 2 Solemn Offering is not a good idea. And I'm sure those people have probably stopped watching. But if they were still watching, I would say to them, yes, it is a terrible idea, but this is going to be hilarious. All right, well, he didn't just go slam Predatory Sliver, so I'm feeling a little bit better. Hopefully he actually has no 2-drop follow-up. I can speak. This, by the way, is a gorgeous forest. I love that forest. He did not have a follow-up, of course. We also do not have a turn 2 play, but that's fine. That's fine. He has barely any pressure on us. Still remains to not have any pressure on us. Now, I feel like there's probably a 3-drop coming. Yeah. And it's the Brindleboar. Okay. Oh, Soulmender, where were you turns ago? All right, so I'm going to play the Steel Form here. That neatly blocks either of his guys, unless he wants to waste another Giant Growth on it. In fact, if he just jams in with both of them, then he probably does have the Giant Growth. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. You know, I'm going to block the Brindleboar here and make him sack it now. I feel like this is a bad use of Giant Growth for him. And he let it go to damage. So hopefully he has some way of killing the Steel Form here for his sake. Otherwise he just threw this away. Flames of the Firebrand. All right. Makes sense to me. All right, so staff. Staff. Plains. Soulmender. All right, we're getting the life gain train rolling. I don't know if you can hear that, but our neighbor's dog is going absolutely insane. Thorncaster Sliver. Oh, goodness me. It's the Hellrider Sliver. Well, so much for that Soulmender. That is impressive. Alright, that guy's going to be annoying to deal with too. Hopefully I get something big. Oromancer doesn't really help me here. But I get to show a Valorant. So hopefully I can get the Thorncaster Sliver next turn. Oh, that was stupid. Well, actually, no, because if he declares them both as attackers, then I can still show a Valor in response, save the Oromancer, and block the Thorncaster, and the Oromancer still should not die. Excellent. Baited him into it, as intended. So, he's got to have something. He's got to have another combat trick here to deal with the Oromancer. I mean, Shock does it, and Giant Growth does it. So it's 4/6, so it'll have 4 damage on it, but it still will not be killed by the Thorncaster. Oh, I have F6 because there's nothing I can do. Giant Growth. All right. Well, we got the Giant Growth out of him. And now I've got all these things and nothing to use it on. All right, so I'm going to be taking 5 damage next turn. Hopefully he casts like a Troll Hide or something. I tell you, the Thorncaster is a real problem. These are, of course, both targeting me this time. Too much to hope that he'd somehow misclick and target his own guys. Thorncaster, pretty great. Spore Mound, all right. Oof. Well, that's something. That is something. Sentinel Sliver. So the options here, yeah, it looks like I just have to straight up Divine Favor on this guy. Blessing. Well, Blessing might be enough because, well, no, Blessing means he still dies to the first strike after being targeted by those things. So, though making him a 3/5 is a lot better. And now I'm back up at 18 life. And I have a 3/5 with Vigilance, so that seems pretty okay. Good lord, that dog. So there's no fun trick with it this time, but it does mean that the Thorncaster has a much more difficult time attacking. That guy, on the other hand, and there's the Spore Man. So next turn I might just have to put Blessing on the Sentinel Sliver and go all in. Yeah, it's looking that way. Alrighty then. So I can make him a 7/9. Yeah, attacking seems like a bad idea. I stand to take a lot of damage this turn. Hopefully he doesn't have the Advocate in hand and I at least get to just eat the Maulhorn. Alright. See, he's only attacker, so unless he has some sort of trick. I have nothing else to do with this mana, so going all in on it is fine. Alright, that worked. Spell. Oh. So can I afford to attack here? He's only got one card in hand. Yeah, you know, I think I can. He's got 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 total power. No block. All right, well, I'll activate this once. So that's 4. Pump him 4. I'll still be able to do 5. I can do it one more. Get in for 5. Wonder why my opponent didn't just throw a sapperling away. Curious. Maybe he missed the blocker step. All right, 5 will do. It's going to be tough for him to get past this guy, who can this turn become an 8-10. All right. Another plains. All right. So I'm assuming he's got something here, or he's going to at least chump with a sapperling this time. Still no blocks. That surprises me. I guess doing that 1 extra didn't change the clock at all. I don't know why he's not chumping with sapperlings. It's a worrying thought. There's no overrun in this format that I'm aware of. Okay, there's Mutavault. So there's yet another sapperling. So next turn he can attack with 3, air quote, slivers and do 3 Thorncaster damage. But I still have an awful lot of mana for the blessing. He has to block it next turn, because otherwise this sliver is just lethal. So I probably could have given him full pump last turn, because I would only be taking 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd only be taking 10, but typically taking 10 is a bad thing, but in this deck, no big deal. Not sure what's up with our opponent, why they don't want to do their ability. There we go. Our opponent's back. And yes, you can make your guy. Ooh, Woodborne Behemoth. An 8/8 with Trample. And a Blur Sliver. Okay. Well, he definitely has some good blocks now. So next turn he can hit the... If he swings with the Mutavault and all 3 slivers, he can hit the Sentinel Sliver for 4. Which will take it down to 1, but then it will gain 9, so it'll be at 10 toughness and will still not die when it blocks the Woodborne Behemoth. So, that's what we're going to do. We are just going to pass the turn. He also now has 1, 5, 7, 9 if he activates Mutavault, first strike on blocks, which is pretty scary. All right, just slammed a land, which is nice. We know he doesn't have anything. Didn't activate Mutavault, didn't attack. Okay. So, Dawnstrike Paladin takes 5 of my mana, gives me only 4, and only lets me pump the Sentinel Sliver by 4 to a 7/9, which is not enough to kill the Woodborne Behemoth, especially if they attack with those things. All right, pass the turn then. I kind of have to keep this guy with full buff options. And our opponent just keeps top decking land. Alright, well. Another Solemn Offering. Alright, I think I'm going to play the Paladin this time. Now, he can just kill it by attacking with all 3 of his slivers in the Mutavault, but that would be a bad idea for him. Another land. No attacks. Wow, he's afraid. For each creature on the battlefield. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Well, I'll be casting that at the end of this turn. All right, Advocate of the Beast. That doesn't help him. Making the Mutavault. Oh, perfect. I even get slightly added value off of the Congregate. That's nice. I do. I target myself, please. I am now at 55. And here I am, still afraid to attack. Why couldn't the Mutavault turn into an artifact creature? Then I could give him a Solemn Offering. So I'm at 56, but he's got a lot of power on the board. Still afraid to use it. All right, I'm gonna have to start attacking with this sliver, with this sliver at some point. Okay, I guess he's coming in. Or not. So I can make this guy 15 toughness. He has to make a lot of blocks to kill it. 15 toughness and 13 power. He's got 2, 4, 5, 7 first strike. I'm at 57. I can take a crack back. I think I'm going to try and force him to make some unfortunate blocks. Or that. I mean, that's fine too. All right, if that's all he's doing, then we're okay. I've got chumpers as well. Well, if that's all he's doing, then that Sentinel Sliver's going in there every turn from now on. Ooh, okay, that's bad. That's considerably worse. Well, there's that. Sadly, the life gain triggers don't happen in the right order. He has nothing in the air, does he? Well, unless he has Plummet, that Archangel is going to be making quick work of him. He may just attack all out here. Well, not all out, but pair of Woodborns. So I can make this an 8-10. Well, I'm going to try it. I guess I could just take 16. Chandra's Outrage. Oh. What? Well, why bother? Why bother? If you're going to do that and then just scoop, why bother even doing that? All right. Well, we win. The life gain deck works. The ridiculous deck. Man, these things are not awful if you're in monocolored, I guess. I mean, also, congregating up to 55 life, was also not nothing. So, well, considering the plan that we started with and the plan we ended up with, I'm pretty happy with that. Shame about round 1, but rounds 2 and 3 were pretty funny as far as I'm concerned. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit us up on Twitter at LRRMTG. Let us know what you thought. My personal Twitter is Graham_LRR. LoadingReadyRun.com for all of our fun stuff. There's a new episode of Friday Nights coming out this Friday. Watch for it on Daily MTG and the Wizards YouTube channel. We will also be linking it from LoadingReadyRun.com, of course. And thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.